Hey, it's Jeff here at 650 Cycle. A month or so ago, I bought a whole bunch of GL1000s. Well, I shouldn't say a bunch. I bought three GL1000s. Two of them were in pretty rough shape. I got a batch of extra parts. Have all of that stuff listed for sale. So if you need parts, let me know. But then I got this in the deal with it. Um, and this is a 75/76. And the reason I say that is because the stem tag says 75, but it says model year 76. I don't know really what was going on, and I don't know if it's classified as a 75 or a 76, but so that's what that is. Anyways, haven't really shown this too much. I messed with it one day, didn't get much out of it. I wasn't getting any spark off of the points. The starter button wasn't working, and so I had other things I was working on. Been thinking about it, and it was like, you know what? It almost seems like there's probably a wire that's messed up, a fuse is blown, something like that. So I had a little time tonight, came out, messed with it. I hooked up the wires down here that were not hooked up, didn't change anything. So I pulled the battery out, pulled the battery box out, and was just kind of checking, making sure everything was plugged in, and it was. So put the battery back on, and I'm going to shoot some starting fluid in there one-handedly. Did all that, got it hooked all back up, and this is what we got. A little bit of run on there, but maybe something we'll look into. That's running on starting fluid. It's firing on starting fluid, which is pretty exciting. I would like to have it run a little bit longer. There's no fuel in the, there's no line going from the tank to the fuel pump. And I don't know if the fuel pump's working correctly. It just doesn't feel like it's pulling like it should. So on day one of the GL1000 revival, I think I've done pretty good. I guess it's day 1.5 because I did mess with it a little bit before, but this is the first time I put a lot of effort into it, and I didn't even put that much effort into it, and I got that much out of it. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm really excited about this particular bike because I'm out here sitting on it, watching the TV, and it's super comfortable sitting on it. I was like, man, this thing is just going to be really cool to ride. So I want to get it running, and I want to take it out and ride it and see what it feels like, and see if it's as comfortable on the road as it is sitting here in the pole barn. That being said, there's still obviously some things that need done to it. I'm going to need to go through the brakes, because I love doing brakes, apparently. Every bike that comes in here has brakes that don't work, including that XS 850 that I sold my son-in-law. The brakes were working, but the front brakes, the brake fluid was terrible, so I flushed that out. So as minimal as that was, I still ended up doing brakes, and it's not my favorite thing to do, but it seems like everything that comes through here ends up needing brakes done on it. So back to this thing, I'm really excited about having it run and really excited about getting everything back together. It's a pretty complete bike, so it's going to take minimal effort to get it back up and running. And the guy that I bought them from, he had three of them. Actually, I had four of them. I went on it was a package deal, and I went on it with somebody I know, and he ended up with the whole complete running bike, and I ended up with all the junk parts. I don't know how that works out, but that's how we split it anyways. So got this one running, and I am excited about it. And this one I will continue to do revival videos when I'm working on it, as well as the Magnum GS, which is sitting right there. And the Magnum GS brakes, got to finish up the front brakes on it. It's just not something that I overly enjoy doing. If it goes smoothly, not a problem, but I'm having some issues with that one. So we'll get back to it. And we're going to get back to this one because this one is a cool old bike. And what makes it really cool is it's got the shorter, they're shorter, flatter. Standard are generally pull back style. These are kind of a flatter bar. That makes it cool. But what makes this really cool is we got some leather covers on here. And we've got some trim around this, and we've got this beaded stuff on here. So this is really super cool bike. It's got this stainless exhaust. I have no idea what it is. No clue. Somebody obviously welded it up there, and they did a pretty good job. The old guy I got it from, he was a pretty handy guy. He's the guy that had that scissor lift that I got. I think he made that, if you happen to see that in another video. Probably doesn't start showing up until the GS videos, but super excited tonight that this fires. And we will continue to do revival videos for this bike.